Welcome to Make Lemonade. This is episode number 7 with your host, John. Today we're talking about vision and action. What's going on, everyone? This is Make Lemonade, your host, John here. We're talking today about vision and action. One of the most things that I have lived my life, and to be honest, this has been since 2016, I believe, when I started with this vision and action and pursuing my dreams. And so every day I'm learning more, and the reason why I want to share this because not so many people know about vision and action. Now, you've probably heard the word vision and you've probably heard the word action, but maybe not in the way that I'm about to explain to you. So if you are in your car, if you're running right now, if you're just listening into this is your first time, we want to welcome you and thank you so much for joining me today and talking about vision and action. So let's get to it and let's do it. So the first thing we want to talk about is vision. And so many times, in my life when I first started, I had no idea what direction I was going. I just knew that the basic things like, I got to finish school, got to get my, diploma, got to go to college, get my 4-year degree. And then, I'm good. I made it. That's all I need to do. And so far, I thought that's all you needed to do until it hit me that there was more to life than just getting a diploma. And typically that is, what every parent wants. The parents, their kids to go to college and graduate and, make something of themselves, get a good job that pays them right. But time has changed. Not only time has changed, but we can understand things or topics or situations a lot better than what we could in the years before us, which is getting me to vision. When I first heard about vision was with Dr. Miles Monroe. If you haven't heard about Dr. Miles Monroe, I suggest that you go look him up, listen to his messages, his speeches. I mean, he's an awesome man, has 4 degrees, has like 2 doctors. I mean, I'm not over exaggerating these things, but he does. He even he counseled governments, and he was ambassador of Britain, I believe. And I mean, all these things that this man did to accomplish that. I admire that he came from a poverty home where he would literally sleep on the ground, on dirt, pure dirt. And, pretty much from the same background that my parents came from and, where I'm at now. So in my direction, I had goals and, going into vision, the first topic we're going to talk about, when I was setting in, and where was I? Okay. When I was, listening to Dr. Miles, my whole perspective changed. See, because when I was born in a church environment. And it was an amazing environment, At the age of 3, of course, I lost my father. My mom would raise 9 kids. So, it was a process of learning and really having that one-on-one where you could, push your kid to become the best kid. Now, of course, that's not an excuse, but when you don't know or have knowledge of something, abuse is inevitable. It's just facts. When you don't have the knowledge of what to do when you go to college, or do you even have to go to college? What do you want to do with your life? When you don't have that, you will abuse your life like crazy. You will go into alcohol, drugs. I mean, you'll do anything. And even, let me throw this one in there. Even if you have a vision, for you to focus on there is also a struggle. So, I mean, there's 2 different topics to talk about there, but we're talking about vision. And of course, if you want to talk about that, you can let me know, and I can make a podcast from that two conversations that just popped out. Anyways, so vision. Okay, stay with me. You're listening in your car. You're driving. Why is vision so important in our lives? And I just give a little brief background of how I discovered vision and how to this day I am focusing and pushing towards my vision. Now, first, let me tell you what vision is. Vision is what you see beyond the natural eye. So, it's what the eye can't see, but your vision sees beyond that. Does that make sense? So vision sees what the natural eye cannot see. That's just plain what vision is in my definition. So vision sets a path where no one can see. And, not even your natural eyes can see this, because it is way into the future. You would need a time machine to see this, right? And so this is what vision does for you. It makes you believe in something that doesn't exist yet. No one can see it. Only you can imagine it. Only your vision can really grasp the essential and the amazing effect that your vision has to this world, to you, to other people. That is what vision is. Something that you don't have in your hand, something that you can't grasp. It's something that you only through your vision, through your imagination, through your thinking, can accomplish and see. Vision. Now, what vision gives you is it sets a perspective. Okay? That's number 2. So what vision is? Number 1, vision sees what the natural eye cannot see. 2, vision sets a perspective. Now, let me tell you this story, because this is where I come with perspective. When I was going to the gym and I first started, I would go and I would literally, go and just do what I naturally learned in my high school years, right? What they taught me, even before then, I didn't even think about fitness, right? And so I would literally go in there, see what other people are doing, try to mimic them. And, I would be looking around and all this stuff. And it came to the point that I was like, you know what? I'm not maximizing anything. I'm not setting anything. I feel so like I'm working out my leg over here and then working out my arm over there at the same time. I didn't have nothing. No goals, no nothing. No vision. It wasn't until I set myself to discover what I needed to eat, how I needed to exercise, what were the different exercises that could enhance my, muscles to grow, and what was the most healthy way to do it. And I found the programs, I found, different workouts, different eating habits, and I started doing this. I started working out, I started doing all this stuff, and I had set myself a plan, a vision to where I saw myself. So when I set myself to that, I would go to the gym. Now I wasn't looking at anyone. I wasn't trying to compete against, the next person who was buffer than I was. I wasn't trying to look at myself in the mirror and think that I was better than everyone in there. I was focused on how I wanted to look, where I wanted to be, and that was key. So as this goes, vision set a perspective for me of the way that I saw myself. When you have a vision and you see yourself as who you want to be or who you put yourself to be, your eyes are no longer on, celebrities, on some other person. Your eyes are now on what you want to reach and what you want to become. Vision sets a perspective. Number 3, vision gives your life a purpose of direction. So, as I was talking about, the gym, and I was telling you that I already had, I looked, I researched, I searched to get to the place that I wanted to be. I had to make a map to my destination that led others to their destination. Why do I say that? Because when I had my map and I was doing my thing and I was confident and I was, on it and out every day at the gym, drinking, and I was getting built real fast. Muscle was building, fat was going, everything was working. And with that, people were asking me, hey, how did you do it? Or how are you doing it? How are you staying consistent? How are you doing this? And so far and forth, people will start seeing that I was committed. I was, in it, and I wasn't compromising. I was doing what I was doing. And it was different from them because it was something that they admired, something that they could, respect, because they would see the commitment and the confidence and everything that goes along with it in there. So the way that I set up my map and into my destination gave an eye-opener to others to their destination and where they wanted to be. Remember, a vision gives your life a purpose of direction. So, vision is not selfish, but selfless. It's about others. Okay? And this is still in the point 3, that vision gives you life, gives your life a purpose of direction. Vision is not selfish, but it's selfless. It's about others. Why do I say that? Because when you start directing your vision, and when you start reaching and going to your vision, and this is what I say about a good vision. A vision is to help others, not just yourself. I know that's a tough one, and you're thinking in your vehicle, if you're thinking this, you're thinking, well, isn't the vision supposed to help me? Isn't it supposed to take me where I want to go? Yes, you're correct. You're absolutely correct. But vision is about others, not about you. So in order for you to reach your vision, in order for you to grow and where you need to be, yes, your vision is directed to you, but your vision should be intended to help others. So, for example, when I did this gym, thing about working out and getting my body into shape, my vision was to get myself fit. But it also opened opportunities for other people who wanted to do the same thing that I was doing to get fit as well. So with the ability and the responsibility and having this influence on others, should I just focus on myself and keep going and just influencing myself? Or should I take this opportunity to help others and build their destiny? And now you create other people's and help other people's world to reach their destiny. That is right there, vision. A good vision. Now, we talked about 3 visions. Now let's go into action. Because we know that a vision without action is just an imagination. That is the honest truth. Vision without action is just an imagination. Why is that? Well, first let me define for you what action is. Action is an act or a thing done. Simple as it can be. An act, a thing done. Pretty much an action. So when you're thinking about vision, you're thinking about an act or a thing done, a thing completed. You took that initiative to go and do it. So, number 1, action is an act, a thing done. Number 2 is a bite at a time. That's number 2, a bite at a time. So many times we get overwhelmed with taking action. I myself got overwhelmed taking action with my vision, because my vision was super humongous that I was thinking, how am I ever going to do this? I have no money. I have no, connections. I have, I'm just a little Mexican who lives, in Texas and doesn't have anything. And, that start of your vision, when you see it and when you plan your vision and you see that vision, let me tell you something. Room is opened to reaching that vision. So, how do you, with this overwhelming, amazing, big vision that you're going to do and help a lot of people and help you, how do you, go about it? And this is where I come with a bite at a time. You've heard the little metaphor, the saying that goes, how do you eat an elephant? Well, you eat it a bite at a time. Do what needs to get done now. That's as simple. Do what needs to get done now. So how do you take the bite? Well, see what you need to get done and do it. There was this interview that I was watching. This young lady, and she was a jewelry person, and she wanted to get into the jewelry career. And so what she did, she got her jewelry thing that she needed. And now it was the case that she needed to go to different vendors to, promote her jewelry. So what did she do? She didn't think about it twice. She didn't double think herself. She didn't anything. Any negative thoughts. She just went and she got it done. I mean, that's how simple it was. She went, she asked, they said yes, okay. They said no, okay. See, action, when you take action, it doesn't mean that you're going to stop at the first no or the first yes. You're going to keep going because you know where you need to be in your vision. So to accomplish it, you will see yourself through on what you need to get. So do what you need to do now. Do it a bite at a time. Don't overwhelm yourself with doing everything in one moment, in one section. Okay, so that's number 2. Number 3, action creates friction of energy to pursue your vision. See, every time, when I go into, doing a project for myself, and I start filming and I start recording and I start talking to the actors or talking to the interviewees, when I do this filming and trying to reach my goal into being a director that films a feature film that that is to the point of Steven Spielberg, that is my goal. But reaching that goal is still a long way. I have more than just being a film director like Steven Spielberg. More than that is my vision wants to go. Now, starting is hard, but the energy that is created to the actions that I take to reaching that dream is amazing. It boosts my confidence. It boosts who I am, because every project, every video that I create, every editing hours that I'm sitting down creating, this video styles that I want to make, it is a boost of energy. Because once I put it out there, I know, wow, this was an amazing project. I want people to see it. I'm going to promote it, all this stuff. And then I'm ready for the next project. Because I know I'm one step closer to where I want to be. One step closer. And the more I search, the more I get into action. Because action does not just deal with, taking steps to where you need to be. Action also deals with researching, finding out what you need to do. What is it that you need to what it takes for you to reach your potential that you're setting up with your standards, keeping your standards. Those are all part of action. And this is what action does. It creates friction of energy to pursue your vision. Guys, thank you so much for being here. This is Make Lemonade, and this is John, your host. And today we're talking about vision and action, and I hope that you were motivated and inspired to this simple concept of vision and action in some way and somehow. I pray that this is really, something that helps you in your life, in your walk of life, and that it inspires you to help others and share this with other people that need to hear this. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for listening. I appreciate it. I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. I am honored that you are here to listen. So guys, you have a great day, and we see you, and we'll talk to you later. Peace.